Hello YouTube. This is your girl Martha here. I am back with yet another exciting video. I need to say that I have recently graduated with a master's degree in social work in the UK, and I'm here to share my tips and hacks of what got me into university and how I managed to get my graduation done. Today, I am talking about personal statements. So, before you graduate, there are steps for you to get that award. And today, I am going to tackle one of the most important parts that you need to take while enrolling for that postgraduate degree, the university undergraduate degree, or whichever course you're enrolling to. But in my case, I was enrolling for a postgraduate for a master's degree, and I had to write a personal statement. So before I dive deep into personal statement, what is a personal statement? Literally, it's like you going for a job and writing an application. So that is what also implies to a personal statement. A personal statement is where you're going to express yourself and show your experience and show your expertise. It is your chance to talk about yourself, who you are, what your values are, and you're going to prove what you can bring to the university. And literally, a personal statement is a chance for somebody, for an applicant, to show that they can stand out. Universities usually experience very many applications, so the personal statement is a time for you to shine. When you're writing this piece of work, this piece of writing, it's the time to tell them, I am Martha, I am this, I am this, I can do this, I want to achieve this, I'll do this when I'm given this course. So today I'm going to just dive into, how to write a personal statement, things that should make you, things that you should start thinking about when you're going to write your personal statement. And I have my notes here, it's something practical, so it will be hard for me to get everything off my mind. And if you watch to the end or you keep tuning to the video, I will read a few paragraphs of one of my personal statements so that you can see how to write your statement and how to prepare to write your personal statement. I can say it has two parts. It has the factual or the practical information that you have to include in your personal statement. For example, your education, your work experience, those are factual things, and those are practical things like your work experience, your volunteer experience, your internships. Those are the practical things that you need to think about when you're preparing to write your personal statement. And then we have another thing, which is unique emotional or human parts, like human experiences. That also forms part of a personal statement. Apart from the factual and the practical ones, we have the unique emotional and human sections to add into a personal statement. For example, you can just give about your background. You can say you talk about your family, your upbringing, whichever makes relevance into your application. So if you understand that there's these two practical parts and also the human or emotional part that you need to add into your personal statement, then you are good to go. And before you start writing about the key things that you want to be in that you want your chosen university to know about you, get them down to paper. You need to just do a draft. I always have my sticky notes, I have my notebook. Write those things because they are going to make a very, very important part into your statement. But before I go forward, I would just want to give you a practical example of like the human or emotional part that you can put into your personal statement. And I'm going to read for you. Bear with me, I'm not looking at the camera, but just listen. I'm just gonna do you a favor and read, through one of my application on my personal statement that I wrote going to university. Okay. I said, prior to my arrival to the UK, I lived in one of the developing countries in Africa, Uganda, with a lot of social injustices, inequalities, and lack of respect for human rights. So you can see that is something that is kind of emotional, and and that's how I started my personal statement, because I was applying for a social work master's degree. Literally, we work with human rights, with social justice, so I had to relate my own experience with my personal statement. So I started just giving a brief overview about Uganda and my experience. I said, also, now that is the emotional. So the practical bit, I say, with a bachelor's degree in social work and social administration, I came to understand more of how to approach social problems through different social work theories, like the psychodynamic theories, and I'm committed to helping vulnerable groups, the underprivileged, minorities of the community with integrity and empathy. So I'm trying to give like the practical bits about my experience from my university education, and I also say my lived and work experience from gender-based violence shelters to refugee camps, and passion for learning and development, and why I'm applying for social work masters in the university. So I really had things to focus on. Usually when you're applying for a master's, it's like a bit more specific to a subject. So this is for you if you're applying for your postgraduate or even undergraduate. You can get some bits and pieces from this video. And so I hope tell me in the comments what you think about how I introduced my personal statement. And I want to also give you some questions to put in mind when you're writing your personal statement. 1, why have you chosen this master's program? Literally, like for example, social work, I would say I'm passionate about working with people, and my values are community service and giving back to the community. Choosing this master's program because of this and this, depending on the subject. So you need to give your aspirations, your values, your reasons as to why you want to major in that program. And then 2, I would say, why are you passionate about this subject? It's the same, like for example, you want to build your skills and knowledge, many things that why you really want to have that subject or that course, because you must be passionate about something before applying for it. And our point 3 of what to focus on: have you got any work experience that might help you? For instance, if you have volunteered, maybe you've left your high school, you're applying for an undergraduate, or you are applying for a postgraduate, you had a job, you volunteered, what experience do you have, and what skills did you learn from that experience? So just bring those skills into the personal statement and tell them how you've used those skills to impact society or the people you work with, or how those skills have helped you as a person and how they have helped you to prepare you for this master's or this degree that you're going to apply for. That's what they are looking for in a personal statement. And our 4th one is that what achievements can you talk about to support your application? Yeah, if you've won an award, if you have attended a mentorship program, Personally, I talked about my mentorship program, and yeah, I remember I said my touching experience was with Action Aid Uganda, an organization I trained with as a social work intern, working with gender-based and sexual based violence survivors, advocating for their rights using different approaches ranging from advocacy, community, dialogues, and counseling. And, working from the grassroots helped me to explore more of my passion to work with people. So literally, like, make it sweet, make it short, and talk about your experience. Don't lie, just be genuine. And also, why do you want to study at the university? Like, this is very important, because by the time you really want to spend a whole year or dedicated 2 years or 3 years at a university, you honestly need to demonstrate why you want to be at that university. For example, its location. Have you read about the values of the university? Have you read about maybe if they have societies or clubs that you can join? And try and read more about the university. There could be some things that interest you, and in your personal statement, they really want to see that why you're really interested in studying at that university. And then point number 6 is, what plans and ambitions do you want for your future career? Definitely, people at this university or the recruitment people for that program, they really want to see, what are your ambitions? What do you want to be? What difference do you want to make in the future when you get these skills, this knowledge from this university? It could be giving back to community. It could be developing, if you're in IT, developing maybe a program that supports people, things like that. Depending on your field, honestly, you need to have an ambitious plan. I may not read exactly the words I said in mine, but I showed them I had a plan. After getting the master's degree, I wanted to get a job. I wanted to, I wanted to give back to the community through my service, different things. So depending on your field, how do you want to progress? Yeah, and me, I put in like, ambitions like being a manager at some point. There are different things that you can look out and put in your personal statement. Yeah, I think I've spoken a lot, but before I go, I want to give you the most important things that you also have to consider when writing your personal statement. 1, be specific. Why have you chosen the university? Why have you chosen the course? Be specific. What do you want to achieve from the university? What is your future? Be specific. Do not beat around the bush, but be specific in your personal statement. And also demonstrate your experience. You have to give case scenarios of what organization you worked in, what you did, and what was the learning bit for you and for the people you worked with in that environment. Demonstrate knowledge about a particular subject. For example, me would be social work and my experience. And 3, show what you have learned. Like, show what you have learned over maybe in your education, in your experience, your work experience, internships. Demonstrate, show what you have learned. That's what they want to see, because usually these courses, they want people who are enthusiastic. What are you bringing to the table? Do you have like interpersonal skills? Are you going to be able to interact with people on the course? Those are the skills that they need. For example, if you volunteered at McDonald's, you were working with different people, you worked under pressure, your patience was tested, you work with people from different races, backgrounds. So those are the things that you can demonstrate and put into your personal statement. Working with people, all those things that you have learned, put them in your personal statement. That's what they are looking for. And keep your personal statement simple. Stick to the word count, the character count. follow instructions of your personal statement. Do not make it so lengthy. Just make it according to, make it on what you have been asked to put in your personal statement. Anyway, that is it for today, honestly, on this personal statement business. If you have any questions, please let me know and I will be able to break it down for you. And yeah, this video has taken long and I didn't even expect the video to take long, but you know, when things are practical, you know, I have to break them down. And you know, yeah, next time I'll have a board here and I'll just be writing and showing you how to do your personal statement. But for this video, if you have learned 1 or 2 or 3 things, please comment and share with me, because your feedback is amazing. It helps me perform better and serve you better. Yeah, and to summarize, literally we said a personal statement, if you're applying for university, is like is a document, or it is something you write down to show how you stand out, to show why you're interested into your particular university, your particular subject or course. And definitely you have to show why you have chosen the university, why the master's or undergraduate, why you find this why you find course very interesting. Talk about your undergraduate experience if you're applying for a master's. Talk about your work experience, your life experiences. For example, me, in my personal statement, I wrote about, you know, my migration from the Uganda to the UK. I talked about the social injustices I saw in Uganda in terms of gender and sexual, you know, violence, and how I worked in women's shelters. All those experiences, I demonstrated them into the personal statement. And talk about your achievements. I talked about how I achieved my my undergraduate social work and social administration. Talked about my mentorship program with one of the organizations in London, and how that prepared me to be ready to apply for a university course, and why I chose a university. Personally, I like the university because it had a good rating. It you know, it had like good 2 placements for social work. Like, there's much I really loved about Goldsmiths University, and had to really make it shine and tell them, if I don't go to Goldsmiths, I don't know where I'm gonna go. You get what I mean? So that is the energy they need. And I just have to stop this video from here and have to say thank you so much for watching. And you know, you are the best. You are the best. I am, because I am here because you are there watching. If you weren't watching me, I wouldn't be giving you more content. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know of the next topics you want me to cover, and I'll be happy to cover. As I always say, we learn and we grow and we thrive together on this channel. I love you all. Comment, share, subscribe, and let's go to university. Let us beat the woos. Let us beat the negative energy that is telling us that we're not going to go to university, but let us demonstrate our good experience in our personal statement. And you never know, you could be the lucky person I would proofread your personal statement. So I love you all. Share, subscribe, and comment. Your girl Martha here. Be the best and be the exception. Bye.